Across your world for information, breaking the myths, you will only find something that happened and that is happening. And yes, the facts, what may happen. Stay tuned for all these and more. Across your world for
Hi all, how are you? I'm your Ak, and the topic for the day is Indonesian Tamils. Thanks to all those who have subscribed to my channel and watching my videos regularly. And quick request to others, please check out my videos, and if you like them, subscribe to my channel and share the videos with all your contacts. Let's get into the topic, Indonesian Tamils. Speaking about the ancestral Tamil native people, we all know that they have migrated to Malaysia, Singapore, they have migrated to Mauritius, they migrated to France, rest of Europe, they have migrated to the Caribbean islands. But how many of us are aware of the fact that there is a huge Tamil population in Thailand and Indonesia, especially the Indonesian Tamil connection is for extending for ages now. The recent history has to be remembered. In the 1920s, a group of Tamil workers were taken from India by the Dutch to work on the plantations in Medan. Medan is part of the northern Sumatra, and there are about 30,000 Tamils living there in that region alone. And there is considerable Tamil population in Jakarta and Aceh as well. Not many of us are aware that Maluku Islands on the East Indonesian archipelago, which comprise of two provinces, Maluku and North Maluku, is actually a root word from Tamil origin, Mologu, which means spices, so Spices Island. The historical links between Tamils and the Indonesians extend to 1024-1025 when Rajendra Chola of the Chola Empire in Tamil Nadu invaded the Srivijaya Empire, which was centered in Indonesia. And that is when a large, considerable Tamil population got mixed, settled down, and they mixed with the locals, and still they consider Tamil as their mother tongue, and considerable population is in the northern Sumatra because of that invasion. We all are aware that Tamils were excellent seafarers, and they had established trade connections all over the Southeast Asia, and Indonesia was no exception. The Lobutua inscription dating from 1088 has recorded about 100 lots of Ayano Ruvar, Tamil merchant guild based in Barus. It's an ancient port town in the central Tapanoli Regency. This is in the northern Sumatra region again. And this inscription itself is in the Tamil language. So the early Tamil migrants who are now Indonesians are still speaking their language and still following their tradition and culture, which not many of us are aware, and not much is known about them. And this Tamil population from northern Sumatra has migrated to other parts of Indonesia as well, and so they are living throughout Indonesia. In fact, there are beliefs that the Karo tradition of Indonesia has been influenced by the Tamil culture and the Tamil diaspora. Tamil presence is also proved by the Suroso inscription dating from the 14th century from West Sumatra, and it's written in two languages. One is the old Malay language and another is the Tamil language. And Tamils were also assimilated with the Achinese people. Not much of Tamil culture or Tamil language is practiced anymore, but the names and other things similarly show that the culture has mixed somewhere. The Maluku Islands is evidence of the Tamils having specialized in spice trading, and Indonesia being one of those markets, and they have named the place island as Maluku Islands. And these Indonesian Tamils have always had harmonious relationship with other ethnic groups in the northern Sumatra as well as other parts of Indonesia. And there have been some intermarriage with the other ethnic groups as well. It is also evident from the facts like Mr. D. Kumarasamy being one of the Tamil community leaders in Indonesia. There has been a footballer by name Vijay, who again comes from a Tamil origin. The entire Sumatra region is said to be comprising of about 75,000 Tamils, so they have merged and assimilated with the indigenous population to become kind of indistinguishable from the native Indonesians. The footprints of Tamils are still there. Saya Orang, Tamil Nadu. The inscriptions identified between 4th and 5th centuries had orthodox version of Tamil language used on the inscriptions. The similarities of Tamil Nadu's Asivagam and the animism practiced in Indonesia, both in the Java as well as the Bali and other parts of Indonesia, is still to be something to be investigated more. In fact, the Tamil Mandram is very active in Jakarta. So still Tamil teaching activities and Tamil literature activities are on in Indonesia. The deep-rooted Tamil connections of the Medan, the third largest city of Indonesia, may have slowly been forgotten, but the Mariamman temple there and Masjid Tajul Madras and the entire neighborhood referred to as Kampung Madras or Madras town is definitely a symbol of a Tamil presence in Indonesia. In fact, when I was staying in Bali for a while, I had seen a lot of connections, cultural connections between Bali and Tamil Nadu as well. The beaches or the temples, the architecture has some kind of takeaway from the Tamil Nadu architecture, Tamil architecture. The Tamil connections to the Southeast Asia is for thousands of years now, for ages, and has been a forgotten history. I hope you had a good time listening to the vlog on Indonesian Tamils. Hope to see you with some similar blogs. And if you have any kind of opinion, please record it in the comment section. Hope to see you soon. Take care till then. Bye bye. Signing off. Bye.